everybody, it's your girl TJ back with another video, Talks with TJ, aka TJ2 Swoosh Chains. It's a Friday, so I hope that you made it through this week. I know some of you are going stir crazy inside. You're trying to keep yourself entertained and motivated and productive as ever, but you know what? Sometimes it is that weekend. It's okay to just chill out. Have a getaway for your mind. Sometimes it is okay to not try to have a list, check everything off of it, decompress. It's okay to binge watch some things. It's okay to really just let yourself be, all right? I struggle with that, but hopefully you don't and you can make that happen. All right, so in relation to today's video, yes, I'm still talking about Gary Vee's book, Crush It. Now, it does relate a lot to those who really want to make something of their social media platforms, but please understand this could still relate to you in different ways of whatever your passion may be. Now, this is kind of going to be directed towards creators, though. Sorry. For this part of the book that he talks about, when it comes to your content itself, right? The actually least time-consuming part of being a creator, he thinks, is the actual content in itself. Like creating it, you should spend a lot more time networking, getting it out there. I agree wholeheartedly with that part up to a certain point. So in terms of the content itself, as you move further along, I think as it becomes more dynamic, more complex, as it evolves, it very well may still take time for you to capture it all. Editing may take longer, right? Depending on what elements or features or different things you want to bring to it. And as you develop your own style, I'm learning that myself. What would take only 10 minutes to really quickly edit a video that may not have a lot involved outside of just direct face-to-face commentary, doing this and adding this in, that changes a lot. That changes a whole lot. And it means that you may have to spend more time getting to that final product. But in terms of the content itself, in terms of knowing off the rip what it is you want to capture, that in itself, the content you know that you want to create, I think that's what should take like almost no time at all. And what I mean by that is, if this is really your passion, this is something that you are all about, there are so many ideas, there are so many trains of thought that flows, and it's nonstop. It's like second nature. It's like breathing. You shouldn't really have to struggle knowing what it is I think you want to put out there for people to know, see, and engage with. And for myself, that's actually why I structured my channel in the way that I did. So it's not a traditional sneaker channel. I'm terribly sorry if you guys thought that when you first came here. It's not a traditional sneaker channel. Talks with TJ. I talk about a lot of different things. We know that it can be budgeting, money management, because those are things that are like second nature to me. I love and I breathe that. But I also did not want to derive all of my content based on just pickups. For those creators that have done that, this is probably a really crappy time. I'm just being honest with you, right? Like the fact that we can't really get pickups, it's a struggle. But I didn't want to derive my content that way. And I'll say this because, for one, you really do relinquish control, right? You are then your content is just subject to whatever releases may happen. So if unforeseen events take place, external influences like the market right now and things that are happening, you may not be able to actually acquire that shoe in hand, which means you may not be able to do the pickup and the review and the on foot and what you think will happen with the shoe. You may not be able to do that fully, versus if your content is derived based on things and value that you just simply want to bring, it puts you in a little bit more of a relaxed position, because I think that you are in more control, and that is something only you as a creator can figure out. But that's why I also advise you, if this is something that you want to do, you should be able to have a calendar, like a schedule. First off, knowing what type of schedule you want to be on when it comes to creating is very, very important for the content itself, for the channel, for whatever brand, whatever message you want to get across, but to structure your own personal life around that too. But I think you should at least be able to know, or be able to map out 60 days or, just 2 months worth of content. It should be on the schedule, because that lets you know, like, hey, I really have a lot that I can bring to this, or it lets you know that you don't. Maybe go back to the drawing board, because if you can't come up, I think, consistently with that 2 months of content, you will then scramble week to week, day to day of what you want to put out. And that becomes strenuous. It becomes stressful, and it's unnecessary, right? Just take your time. this will be here, or there'll be some platform similar to YouTube where you can get your thoughts and your message across in a video format. And I think it just helps, right? It helps me. I have content planned out all the way through end of this year, 2020, and I am looking ahead to 2021 because there are certain things I will keep the same in terms of the content that I want to bring you. Outside of that, of course, there will be a lot of things that will be mixed in, added in, and that I have to kind of rearrange schedules. I'm having to do that right now, but I think that is just a bit of advice I can give to creators, okay? So the content in itself, what you want to get out there to your audience, that should not be the difficult part. Now, actually getting the whole setup, behind the scenes stuff, you have no idea how intense that becomes. But in the end, if you love it, it becomes truly a passion project in itself. Every step of it does, and it is very, very fun to do. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Hopefully it's just a break in the day of everything going on. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace out.